Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Sunday night. For those of you that are Facebook friends with me, probably know that I had a little run-in with a snowblower this morning. Um, Spent the morning in the ER. Good news is that I saved my finger. Um, Hurts like a you know what. Uh, Bad news is I'm on Oxy, and I don't know. Hopefully this video is more lucid than I think it will be. Um, but I wanted to get one out tonight, and I don't know how much actually I'm going to do. I had a meeting with Alan Saturday morning, and you know when you get to talking, that guy can talk, and Alan and I spent quite a bit of time chatting just in things about GameStop, where that's at. The follow the money group and what we used to do. But what I'm going to try to do, because Alan posted in the group about um, three earnings plays, and I'm going to try to show you what I think he's seeing. Um, it's funny because if you look at my membership in the group, it says that I've been a member for 2 years, but I've honestly have been a member quite longer than that. I got kicked out of the group 2 years ago for some oddball reason, and of course it was a mistake. But anyway, but we recalled or reminisced about earnings plays. And if you look at these are dated 2016, um, and basically just trying to find um, option volumes um, for stocks that are going into earnings and see if those will tell anything. Um, Couple notes, largest OI at 40, huge volume on the 11 call, but this, like I said, was back in 2016. But um, so we also talked about keeping things simple, and if you have a rule, play by the rule and stick to the rule. When you start breaking the rule, that's when things go south. You know, if you and what one of the worst things that can happen is if you break a rule and it goes well for you, it kind of conditions you to break the rules again, and eventually those will fail, and that's how you lose money. Uh, we talked about these earning plays, and 60 to 70% of them would work. But if you're not playing all 10 and you pick the losers, which I used to do, you're going to hate that system, even though it works 60 to 70% of the time, even though in the long run, you will make money doing that system. So you have to, if you're going to play the whole game. But anyway, we talked about keeping things simple. It was funny because I mentioned, and this is think or swim. Um, I mentioned my um, Best Buy trade, which I was excited about. I'm going to show you a couple things, and it's not working because it's looking at today's, but I'm going to do a 2-day, and that should give back to Friday and Thursday. Nope. Are we gonna? Why is this? Oh, this is Hibbs. So here's a 2-day on Best Buy. I was long until Thursday, and then went short. I think I still lost money overall on the week on that play, but I was happy the way I traded it on Friday. I bought puts here when we were testing the 5-minute high. I was almost a double here. I lost all of it uh, and went back to even. And I said, you know what, this is BS because I was looking at the daily chart and the daily chart was bearish. So I doubled down here and ended up selling some here and then selling some later in the afternoon. Um, but if you notice, this is the 5 minute high and this is the 5 minute low. If you notice these lines, this 5 minute low is right where this 5 minute high starts. Well, um, close to it. Um, so if you can, look to these 2 day charts as well to kind of see what levels the other day or the day before did as well. It was funny because Alan kind of slammed this trade. Well, slamming is a tough word. He didn't slam it, but he said, I would have never played that because, and I'm going to show you on Fidelity. Um, Ouch, hold on, I got to adjust my splint on my finger. If those of anybody is interested in pictures, I can send them. They're quite not the best. Um, so anyway, look at the 3 month chart, and that's what I'm going to simply look at today. I'm going to see how far we get with this and with Allen's 3 earnings plays, um, and go from there to see if I cover the 5 minute rule, 20 stocks. Um, but this is a simple BlackBerry 3 month chart. And if I click on advanced chart, and I go out, this is the yearly chart. I think this is, why is this not looking like the yearly chart? This is the yearly chart. And I will throw, you guys got to bear with me because I'm not a big Fidelity user. I'll throw this 20-day simple moving average. Oops. I think I added it more than once. And I like orange, so let's keep the orange one. If you notice this chart, especially since September, let's say, the very first thing that pops out to me when I see this chart is flat. I could basically draw a line from here, let's say here, which is at let's see, we close at 112.64. And here we close at 108.82. So over this past, I'm guessing this is 6 months, it's done nothing. And that's why Alan kind of poo-pooed that BlackBerry or Best Buy trade because you got to look for stocks that are trending. I can't say that enough. So let me go look at the group and look at, here's Alan's post about last day of the month being short, first day of the month, which is Monday, being a long. So I would expect the market to be up on Monday, um, unless someone says something stupid in either the executive branch or in Congress or in the Fed Reserve, because those tend to shake the market. So the first one is Amazon puts. And let's go back to the 3 month chart. If you notice, we are right on the 20-day SMA. We were above it, and then this week we dropped back into it. Notice here we're above it, we trade below it. Another thing that we can look at, I gotta find it. Detailed quote, option chain. I'm gonna I was gonna open this in another chart, and they don't have earnings till February 26th. Um, but if we look at, and I'm gonna expand this out a little bit more and apply that, unzoom that. I don't know why my computer does that all the time, but it does. Um, Fidelity, the nice thing about Fidelity, and Alan trades with Fidelity, and he also trades with their tool called Merrill Edge, I believe. Um, Much more powerful than Fidelity on the website, but it does what it needs to do. So if you look at next week's um, options, we see some calls up here in the, oh, sorry, 116. I'm like, that's not Amazon. That's another thing with Fidelity is I don't know how to link these things together. So if we look at Amazon, sure we see 2,000 calls here. We see 4,000 on this side. Let me break this out and see if we see anything else. Um, we also have 1,500 here on the put side. Um, so let me do some simple math. I'm going to take, these were last trading at 121.23. 121.23 times 100 times 1556. $18.8 million. And let me write this down because we're going to do some 18.8. Then this is $100 times 100 times 42.46. That's $42.4 million right there. So that's a lot of money. If I go look at this one, $104 times 100 times 2045 is $21.2 million. We do have, so let me write that down, 21.2. We do have 1,000 down here or up here at the 32.50 strike. So 82.22 times 100 times 1088 is 8.9. Let's round that up to 9 million. So 9 million plus 21.2 minus 18.8 minus 42.4. So there's $31 million on the put side of this trade. And I believe that's why he's calling out puts. What I don't understand, so I posted earnings. I see Amazon puts. When I looked at this, oh, there it is, February 5th. Sorry, I was looking at Best Buy earlier, which was out here. Okay, so that's why Alan is calling puts for, or let me restate that. That's why I think Alan is calling puts for Amazon. UPS, and we'll go look at UPS. UPS. And he is calling for puts as well. This one might be a tough one because look how far away from they are from the 30 or for the 20 SMA. But on this side, we have 3,400 sitting here and 1,500 sitting here and 1,000 sitting here. But we have 800 in the money, 1200, 1500, 1500. Now let me expand this out a little bit. Fidelity likes to go back to defaults. Maybe I should learn Fidelity a little more. So, and you can do the math. And what I used to do is, let's do this. UPS. I thought maybe it was Fidelity that I did this. You can take these. I'll get there. Copy. Oh, darn, it's going to have to bring up a new spreadsheet. Um, I thought you could paste these in, and maybe it's just taking time. Hmm. Yeah, so okay. So theoretically, you could paste these in and do the math. You could have a template set up to paste your option strikes into here, which is what we used to do back in 2016, it looks like, if I look at um, some of these. I thought I had earnings, fossil earnings. Anyway, so that is something you can do with UPS or with Fidelity. So yeah, without doing the math, well, let's do some quick math. We have 267 times 100 times 3436, 917,000. So, yeah, I'm not going to do the math. I'll let you guys do the math, but it's these strikes right here. In the money, in the money. That's another thing. These are, excuse me, these are all out of the money. These are at least a couple in the money, and they have different strikes that are highlighted. Or so. Um, Lastly is bib. And look, bib's throwing calls, but look at this chart. Um, Relatively flat. Um, we are extended above the 20 SMA. Did have a good green day Friday. Um, and look at these 1,324 right here at the 300 strike. 493 in the money here. 262 right here. And if you look at those 493s or 490, 280 strikes, 10 times 100 times 493. 493,000 sitting right there. 440 times 100 times 1324. 582. So 900 is close to $1 million sitting here on the call side. So yeah, I can see why those would show calls. Um, you know, it's funny because Alan and I were going back and forth as far as uh, toss versus fidelity and keeping it simple versus, looking at all these different indicators. Uh, but one thing I wanted to show you for you toss users, and give me a second. Yeah, let's see here. Daily moving average slope. So this looks at the slope, and in this case, it is the 10 SMA. So if the slope is positive and increasing, it is light green. If the slope is positive but decreasing, it's slowing down, it's dark green. And if it's turning red or turning over, it's red. And this is why going back to the beginning, my best buy trade, I saw this resistance up here. I saw it too late. I didn't see it till Thursday. But by Thursday afternoon, I'm like, this chart is bearish, and that's why I went bearish. Um, so I hope this helps. I think what I'm going to do is cut it here, and then hopefully try to make another video um, looking at the stocks that we follow in the 5-minute rule. So I hope this helped. I plan to do better at recording my one-on-one meetings with Alan. Hopefully next Saturday. Alan's traveling to Florida for the Super Bowl, so it's going to have to maybe just be a quick video conference or voice conference over the phone. Um, but I hope to be able to share those, and we'll see where we go. So have a good week, everybody. Happy trading, and may the trading gods look favorably on you.